listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Monday, January 2023. Don't be confused. Whew. What a day, what a weekend, what a day. So welcome. Yeah, what a show we got stacked up for you tonight. The end of an era has come our way between Alien Addict and GUFON, and I will explain what went wrong today after last night's appearance over there. Because people are inquiring, and I'm going to give an answer and let people know why. And does Washington have its own Area 51? You're not going to believe this story. Some of you probably know what I'm talking about, but, when they put it in an article for us to read about, I don't know. And then I want to talk about I was going to save it for tomorrow. Maybe I will. This is a good show for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you. Tomorrow's show is going to be unbelievable. Only because it's stuff that excites me. All right, I'm not going to tell you the specifics, but it's about, we've done this before, planes that disappear and then reappear in the future. There's one or two of those out there, right? Yeah, there's a really good one out there, but what was that? ML-71? What was that flight that disappeared, was showing up on radar in different spots over the ocean, and it disappears. And it reminds me of that TV show that they have. What is it? With the plane, and they go back in time 5 years. Then they go to the future 5 years in an instant. It was fun when it started, but it got to be ridiculous, as do all things after they become successful. They ruin it, trying to make it better than what it already was. Manifest, giddy up. MH370, Ben, thank you. So let's get the show started. Moderators, be on your toes. Brookers, welcome to the show. Rebecca Wiles, howdy doody, fresh and fruity. Welcome to the show. Glenn Collins is here, everybody. Welcome to the show. Ben, the Yorkshire GUFOnian. There are still good people out there. Thanks, Ben. Hey, Greg. Congrats. Yeah, well, whatever. You're now a mod. Use it wisely. Moonlight, how you doing, Chief? Yeah, I know. Good to see you. Jackie, how you doing? Miss Radford, Mrs., Miss? I'm not sure. I like Miss Radford, but I like Mrs. I don't like Ms. No, Ms. is good. Ms. Isn't Ms. a divorced woman? Isn't that weird? They don't do that with guys, right? Guys, it's Mr. or Sir, right? But you have Mrs., Miss, and Ms. What would they have for men? Min? M-N? Min? It's weird. Yeah, I always thought that was weird. That's how you could tell a divorcee. Like in the 60s and 70s, people who saw an MS would be like, what did you do wrong? You know, like they always blamed it on the woman back in those days. You didn't supply your man happiness, joy, and a clean meal, food, and I did all those things. He cheated on me. Till death do us part, Ms. I don't like that. They got to do away with that. We'll just say Jackie Radford. How's that? Jackie. Welcome to the show. SoCal Squatcha, welcome to the show. Prairie Fire, welcome to the show. See, that was a conversation I almost put my foot into. My own mouth right there. I was going in that direction. I'm getting better. David Wilcox, welcome. Scott Morian, welcome. Dorothy Hawkins, welcome. Mike Geometria Ned, 444, welcome. Alfie Joe Bob, yeah, welcome. Hey, what's up, Wayne? Michigan UFO sightings and paranormal encounters. I know. Diane! Yes, you're so nice. We know that Diane's got my back. Everybody here does, right? What's up, Bob? How you doing, Mr. Perkins? Heather Birdie. How you doing, Miss B? How you doing, huh? All right. Oh, you changed your picture. What are you looking outside the window? What's out there? See an alien walking through the bushes? What's going on? I think you see something. You're thinking about seeing something. Wood Elf. How you doing? Sorry, I did it again. Wood Elf. And everybody else, if I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. You know, we got a show to do, so welcome to the show. And Paul Geary snuck in. Gary, what's up there, Chief? Paul, welcome. Tim, how you guys doing? Jammer Travels. Hey, Babs. Howdy doody. Nathan from the Quantum Show. How you doing? Hey, Cashew Gazoont. Scott. Hey, Rich, we're getting the band back together. Thank God. Yeah, I heard. Somebody's got a band back together. I think they put Lou Elizondo, Mellon, DeLong, Hal Putoff, and someone else together as a band on Twitter. Yeah. I was going to comment and say, we've already got a UFO band. But, you know, I didn't want to get into that conversation. All right. Hey, Lee. What's up, Mr. Winner? Jesse Peak. Hey, man. How you doing, bro? Yeah, I know. Yada, yada. Giddy up. Good to see some of you. Atlantis is found. This is our week. Atlantis is found. Will be coming on the show Thursday or Friday, maybe Wednesday, to finish up part 2 of his Atlantis evidence. Pictures, the works. Can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be a good show. Exactly, Diane. Third phase of Moon, the band of UFOs. The band of UFO. Scott laughs. Hey, they put an album out. Can't say they didn't. I know, right? Actually, there's a few good songs in there, like that could really be used, like for anything. Actually, they put out I think some of them are pretty good. It's just my opinion. And I think because they are friends, it's interesting to see your friends put stuff together. And maybe I'm a little biased. All right. So last night, I went on Double A's show and got in a shouting match with Dave. And then, I said some things that I shouldn't have, which I always do. But I did. And when I get angry, it's a knee-jerk reaction, not all the time. But when I say something as silly as, your mother's a whore, usually if I did that around people that know me, they'd be like, no, your mother's a whore, and then we'd laugh about it. But I keep forgetting who I'm dealing with, people that don't really, millennial type. Need I say more? They know it all, they're entitled. Apparently, I was the one who started it last night. See, it's weird because I don't see it that way. Yeah, but nobody wants to listen. So I will tell you, in my opinion, what happened was, at one time, Lee was talking, and then I thought he stopped, so I started talking, because sometimes Lee can go on, and he does take quite a bit. He makes a good point, but he does take a bit to get there. And I thought he finished getting there, and I started talking. Then he talked over me loud, and then I talked louder. Now, being that we're both funny guys, we both talked extra loud, in my opinion, on purpose as a joke to each other, just yelling like that. But the millennial, didn't know, doesn't understand humor. And obviously neither did Alien Addict. But, later on down the show, anytime I ever talked over anyone, it's purely by accident, and I apologize always. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Go ahead. And you see me do it all the time. I feel bad. But sometimes people take a long pause and you jump in, because these guys, they talk way too long, and they're making points, and by the time they get to their third point, people have questions about the first point, second point they made, which they don't understand how it works. You've got 4 people on there, right? So everybody should be trying to equalize it out. Nobody should be hogging anything. And that wasn't even an issue. But, me and Lee kind of joked around. Then later on, Dave was talking. He is another one. His point's usually good too, but he does take an eternity to get there sometimes. And I thought he was done in his eternity speech. I jumped in. Then he got in like Lee did. And then I did the thing I did with him that I did with Lee, but he got angry. And he started condescending. He was talking very condescendingly for a long time. Now, usually I can handle somebody ribbing me in a condescending way. Yeah, all right. But, at one point, it's like, all right, enough's enough. And, shut your fucking mouth, basically. I'm not going to be disrespected by you. You're definitely a millennial, so you think everybody's disrespectful automatically to you. And then he tries to play I'm going to act calm and let Rich go off. So, I gave him what they wanted. Because Alien Addict likes drama, and I was mad. So I just went with it and didn't care. Don't care. And at that point, the show was already repeating itself. Right? It was, Alien Addict goes back and he's talking about something we established 40 minutes earlier. So why are you bringing it up again and again and again? So now I gave up one of the biggest weeks on Sunday football to go on Alien Addict on Sunday. And he's like, I can't do the show without you, Rich. I'm like, okay, why? He's like, because you're the guy, mate. You're the guy. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm the guy? Yeah, because you believe it's fake. I'm like, so do you. It is. So What's the point of even doing it? I just think it's real interesting, he tells me. All right. Thought it was really weird that I had to go on. Never said that before. 3 years. So now I'm thinking, all right, he's setting me up. I have to think it. Because he's in bed with, everybody that we hate. Not hate, but yeah, hate. So I told him, I don't know when, maybe a month or so ago, you're playing with fire by playing both sides. Eventually this is our friendship's gonna end, and you're gonna blame me, and I'm gonna blame you, and I'm telling you, if you're setting me up or anything, expect what you should expect by setting me up. I'm gonna act or react if that happens. So automatically I'm thinking that. Now, has he done it before? Well, let me tell you this. Before the whole Scambian thing happened, I barely got in an argument, maybe one person over the 100 times I've been on his show. The last 3 out of 4 shows, arguments. You're going to tell me that's not on purpose, at least one of those times? He said no. I say yes. I say yes. I say yes, but he's going to act like he didn't know that his friends were trying to troll me on the show. That's what he's doing. And that's what he always does. Plays innocent. Do you really think Alien Addict has never done anything wrong? Ever? Ever? He acts like he's done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. When you're driving in your car and you have your friends with you, and if you get pulled over and they have half a pound of heroin, you're going to jail with them because you are responsible for everything that goes on in your car. It's true. And I take that logic to the show. You're responsible for everything that happens on your show. And what Alien Addict did last night showed me where he stands in all of this. He disappears while Dave and I are arguing. Camera falls off, disappears. He's gone for about 2 minutes. But during that 2 minutes, Dave and I calmed down. And believe it or not, the show continued for another 30 or so minutes. Then, at the end of the show, I asked Alien Addict, I want to talk to you for 5 minutes after the show. He said, mate, I got to get up early and I'm just going to pop off. That's why I did the show early. An hour early, I got to get up. All right. Now, in my mind, I know that's bullshit. And he confirmed it this morning that it was bullshit. He said he didn't like how I put him on the spot. Not that he didn't like it. He said he was put on the spot. And that was his reaction. To lie. First instinct, just lie to Rich. He's a friend. I can lie to him. He'll understand. Just lie. Okay. So he told me that he always hangs out with Dave and Lee after the show, and that's what he was going to do. And since I put him on the spot about talking to me for 5 minutes. Now, here's a guy whose show I've been on, I lost count. Probably more than anybody, right? And he refuses to do my show. Have you ever seen him on GUFON? I don't think I have either. Before Thanksgiving, I asked him to come on and he gave excuse after excuse. So, I kind of see through the thin veil that he's trying to put up there. I can see right through it. But everybody's telling me he's not trustworthy. And I said, he hasn't really done anything. Because he hasn't. Alien Addict hasn't done anything that I know of to hurt me. But he does hold responsibility on his channel and to a friend. So their friendship, now Alien Addict could have said, mate, I'll talk to you after I talk to my friends. He could have done that. Right? He didn't. I'll talk to you tomorrow. He didn't. No. Nope. Instead, today he posts, because last night I talked about how poor of a debunker he really is and how he didn't debunk third phase of moon properly, which he didn't. Nobody did. Nobody. And so when I said that last night, he goes back 4 years on Twitter to find a tweet from me when I said I was a pussy because I backed away from third phase of moon when they called into my show. I remember that tweet. I wasn't friends with third phase of moon yet. I was still bashing the shit out of their videos. You know, not them personally, just the videos. Do you really think he went back 4 years? No. What he's done is he's collected stuff over the years that could hurt me and use against me when he's ready. He had that thing at the ready. That's the friend Alien Addict is. So you screw with him, and then all I did was just talk about the show last night on my show. And he also said that I said, don't subscribe to his channel. I never said that. I never said don't subscribe or unsubscribe. I said last night, I said, I'm not saying to unsubscribe his channel. Don't do that or something like that. I didn't say because that's not, YouTube doesn't like when people do that. So I don't. And I didn't. But they hear what they want and they say what they think they read, which is nothing. So he posted that, trying to make me look bad. But he said I was defending myself from what you said last night. And I'm thinking, dude, it's on Twitter. Nobody cares about what I said about you on Twitter. Nobody cares. So you have to go back or pull out evidence at the ready to try to make me look bad against third phase, try to start shit between me and third phase because you can't take a little bit of criticism about a poorly run show last night. See, I do it all here. When they go on other platforms, they're making the extra move. That's premeditated bullshit. That's not something just thinking up on the whim like I'm doing here. This is thought up. How do I screw Rich over shit? Right? That's my friend. Remember when they said, hey, Rich, remember they all said, drop third phase of moon, come over to our side. You know, we'll be your friends. Yeah. Like I always said, with friends like you, who needs enemies? That's Alien Addict. So I said something very, very bad about something personal in his life. And he emails me because I blocked him. And he says, hey, what I posted about you was public information. That was already out there. What you said was personal. I'm like, bro, when you put shit up about me, you just made it personal. So your logic doesn't work. Trying to make it look like third phase of moon is paying me to not debunk them, even before I was friends with them. What changed? Why did Rich change? What changed from this to what now? Nothing changed. I still stood by that comment I made about that video. I said it. I'm not afraid to say it. There's nothing anybody can say to me that third phase of moon doesn't already know I already said. I told them all the hateful shit I said about them. They knew most of it. So he messaged me. He said, that's not cool. He said, that was personal information. So I said, don't fuck with me. I didn't go on Twitter and post shit about you. I didn't go on Reddit or anywhere else and post shit about Alien Addict. I did it right here. And you know, half the people that watch don't care. And the other half of that other half is on my side and half is on your side. So it's really only 25% out of the 1,000 people. So, maybe 250 people, 200 people, and maybe 3 or 4 of those, maybe your friends or other subscribers. So it's really a low percentage point. To put what you did up about me was retaliatory. It wasn't explaining anything. But, so we emailed each other back and forth. I said, hey, if you don't post shit about me, I won't post shit about you. And we both have dirt on each other for 3 years. So don't make me get my hard drive out and pull up all the shit. Yeah. That's right. It works both ways. So I removed my comment that I said, but he still didn't remove the tweet. He did that with third phase of moon too. He says, yeah, man, I'll remove the video. Sure. Yeah, because it was a lie. I'll remove it. Sure. And he left it up there. Same thing. So that's, so for now, I don't hold any grudges towards Alien Addict. I don't have a hateful bone in my body for him at all. I think he put himself in a position and he expected that nothing would bother me, I guess. He just figured I can handle it. Yeah, well, I can. And then sometimes I just don't want to anymore. And that's what we had last night. I thought about not saying anything. I thought about being calm. I thought about not saying what I said. I thought about it all as it was happening. And I chose to act out. The thing about, hold on a second here. People are messaging me. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not going to email you. Sure. Yeah, why not? All right. Anyways, it is what it is. That's it. So I said, I won't say anything. You don't say anything. And all the best to you. And that's that. I really don't have anything mean to say. I'm saddened by it, actually, because Alien Addict, he didn't do anything publicly, right? But my instincts tell me behind the scenes, he's not as friendly about me. So, and that was obvious last night. And he didn't even want to talk to me for 5 minutes. You can't give me 5 minutes after all the shows I've done for you. And you don't want to give me 5 minutes. Thank you. Appreciate it. That, when he made that decision right there, that did it for me. That was it. And I was right. I said it right after on my show. When I went on my show, I said, he didn't go to bed. He's talking to his friends. And damn it, he said it to me today. He's like, yeah, I was talking to Lee and Dave, and I usually do, and you put me on the spot, and I didn't know what to say, and that's what I said. Why lie? Just tell me the truth. Hey, mate, I'm going to be talking to Lee and Dave right after the show. Maybe I can talk to you after that for 5 minutes? You know? Nah. He doesn't care. He'll say he does. He doesn't. And if that's any indication of what kind of person you are, it explains a whole hell of a lot. It really does. It explains every gap, and everything that I didn't have answered has been answered now. Thank you for that. And we move on, and we wish them well. I don't have any ill will towards Alien Addict or Lee or even Dave. We had a heated discussion. I said some things. He was an asshole. It happens. Get over it. We got to make it into a friggin', discussion now. It's like, I didn't have to. I just wanted to tonight. I didn't have to talk about it, but I wanted to clear the air a little bit. Thomas Eberling with the $5 greets from Australia. Can we get that crop circle song going to get ready? Hey, man. Whatever you say. The crop circle song. We've got that in 10, 9, 8. Thanks for the $5. 6. Mucho gusto generoso. 4, 3, 2. Here we go.
Why are they? What do they mean?
What are they, everybody?
Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the fields.
I'm 54 years old. I'm 12 years old. Yeah, that sucks. Thank you, Thomas Heberling. Cool last name, man. Those are one of the best names around. Yeah, I like names. I'm a name dude. That's a good name right there. Heberling. Powerful, strong. And that's your first super chat to GUFON, as I recall, unless I'm wrong. But, well, thank you, Thomas Heberling, for the $5 Australian coin. It's a super chat, everybody. All over crop circles and songs. Thanks, Thomas. All right. Yep, you can help support the show the same way. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the description, even on the About section on the homepage here in GUFON. Who's this girl? Hey, Lisa B. Cheer up. Yeah, no, what? No, I'm very cheery. Very cheery. I'm all right. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. Remember, I was the a-hole. I was. It's my fault. I am the problem. It's me. It's me. And I'm okay. I'm okay. Lisa B is a continuing supporter of GUFON. Mucho gusto generoso. Lisa B for Bowden. This is UFO time. You got that. I'm trying. So, how about that? Washington has its own Area 51. Did you guys know about that? I'm just asking. Then anybody? First I've heard about it. So I did a little looking around today. Found the video where it all came from. And I thought it was I thought it would be an interesting topic. And now, don't. No, I'm going to find it. Hold on. It's around here somewhere. Oh, and Bigfoot tonight. Couple of Bigfoot entities. I've got a lot of Bigfoot to talk about tonight, too. And I can't believe what's going on. Oh, here it is. Oh, whew. Yeah. So I'll have to read it to you. All right. Get your reading glasses on, Rich. Huh? What? Oh, I can't wait till tomorrow's show. It's going to be so good. So Washington has its very own Area 51, and it's fascinating, they say. So Washington definitely has its fair share of weird and unusual places. We all know Mount Vernon, right? Isn't that Mount Vernon over there? From abandoned ghost towns, haunted buildings, these places are usually shrouded in folklore and urban legends passed down through generations after generations. Well, some places are known for their focus on alien encounters and UFO sightings. So we'll keep reading a little more because Washington does have its very own version of Area 51. Mount Rainier National Park is one of the most popular destinations on the West Coast, and it sees an average of 2 million visitors a year. A visit to the park will allow you to explore the countless hiking trails, waterfalls, and scenic vistas, but there's some things you won't find on any signs or travel guides. Mount Rainier is actually considered a hotspot for ET activity, UFOs, folks. The first UFO sighting took place by Kenneth Arnold in 1947, just about a month before the Roswell incident. He noticed a bright flash in the sky, and then upon further investigation, he was able to spot like a series of bright flashes off in the distance. Now, he claims to have seen 9 of these crescent-shaped objects over Mount Rainier. Since then, UFOs have been spotted all over the country. Well, we all know, everywhere, all over the world by various people, and many more have been seen within Mount Rainier over the years. Many people have tried to debate what it was that Arnold actually saw, but there still remains plenty of steadfast believers to his story because they didn't have that stuff back then. You know? How could they have? That type of, I don't know, birds reflecting seagulls, geese? Well, it's a really interesting place. And to say it's like an Area 51 type of place scares me because James McGaha, do you guys know who James McGeehee and Joe, do you know Joe Nickel? Do you know these guys? James McGaha, I don't care if I'm saying his name wrong. He has to be the worst debunker I have ever seen. I've seen him with proof right in front of him say that's a balloon when it wasn't. It was a drone, and he got it completely wrong. He's done that several times. The guy is he doesn't read articles. He doesn't get into it. He just assumes it isn't a UFO or an alien. That's a real skeptic. That's a skeptic, a person who doesn't believe before they even get into the evidence. They're going in there with the belief is that they don't exist anyway, but I'll take a look. Well, during a few days in October 2013, it says here from this article I'm reading now, one of us, Nickel, was able to twice fly over and even walk upon and explore the rarefied slopes at over 5,500 feet of the still active volcano there. And here we put our heads together to look at Mount Rainier's continuing role in the history of ufology. And it's not ufology, as some people said last night. Now, Mirage? Flying saucers? Is that what Kenneth Arnold saw? As students of saucerology know, Kenneth Arnold did see 9 flying saucers in an echelon pattern over the Cascade Mountains in the vicinity of Mount Rainier on June 24th, 1947. Arnold's UFOs have been variously interpreted as airplanes flying in formation, a flock of American white pelicans, balloons, even droplets of water on his airplane's windshield. However, one of us, Magaiai and Nickel, in 2007, they hypothesized that it is more likely the several culprits were optical phenomenon called mountaintop mirages. Oh, no. Now I got to show you. In a minute. I got to show you now. This is how stupid this guy is. Do you guys know what that is? The mountain high cloud thing, whatever they say. It's this. When clouds form over the mountain, that's what Magagaha is saying Kenneth Arnold saw. These type of cloud. 9 of them. Moving, reflecting the sun, flashing. That's how stupid Magagaha thinks he is. He comes up with answers like that. And I can't stand looking at the guy. I look at that guy, it automatically... It's not good. I can't. All right, let's... So this is the article I'm reading. Mirage saucers. Arnold's UFOs have variously interpreted as blop, blop, blop. Droplets of water. This phenomenon shows photographs here. Gives the appearance of saucer-shaped craft due to conditions that produce a mirage. It's the mountaintops themselves that appear in artificial suspension above the landscape. Come on, how stupid do you think Kenneth Arnold really is? You know what I mean? Given the clear skies and smooth air in which Arnold saw the flying saucers, together with the angle of the sun at 50.4 degrees above the horizon, all that was needed was a temperature inversion to complete the formula. It's that simple, guys. That's all you need to create 9 moving objects flashing and dipping and turning and twisting. It's amazing. That's all that was needed. Just a little bit of a temperature inversion. That's all. That's it. Normally, air becomes colder with the increase in altitude. Sometimes, however, the situation gets reversed. For example, the ground cooling rapidly at night can cool the air directly over it, and since the layer above that is naturally warmer, the result is a temperature inversion. This causes light rays that pass through the air to bend, with images thus becoming distorted and, in the case of mountaintop mirages, also appearing displaced. That's like telling me Mrs. McCarthy did not see Bigfoot. She saw a bear, but she was so frightened, her adrenaline caused a hallucination. Stupid. No. Did anybody just freaking hear a woman's voice say, "Oh"? What time is it? It's about 49 minutes in. I've got to play that back. That was loud enough. I think the microphone picked it up. That was freaky what I just heard. I heard a woman's voice earlier, so I was thinking it was Coral Ann. Maybe we should try to reach out to Coral Ann. Oh my God. Coral, clean up the... You don't have to do that. All right, I'm sorry, Coral. Can you make me clear, please? 3, 2... No? All right. Coral's mad. What did I do? Coral, we love you. Make me clear. Is Shell Shock here? Shell Shock's here? Hey, Shell Shock's here. Oh, good. Hey, man, I'm glad you're here. Nice. Good to see you. Hey, man. Why did I say, hey, man? Fred Durst. Oh, Fred Depp. Hey, what's up, Fred? I know you. What's up, Moon Rage? Moon Rage! Ryan Smethurst. Smethurst? It's an interesting last name. Smethurst. You must get like me, but way worse. Like my last name's Giordano, but it's spelled G-I-O, and everybody, Giordano, Mr. No joke, Mr. Geronimo. I'm like, where is there a Nomo in there? Where do you see Girana? I mean, that's impossible how you came up with, and I'm not making that up. You think something like that I would make up, but I didn't. It's true. Mr. Geronimo. I actually said that. It does. Really? You think that says Geronimo? I didn't get the job. Thanks, Ryan, for hanging out. Good to see some people here I never seen before. Way, there he is. Wait, what is it? Roar News TV. Rumors of deep underground military facilities. Yeah, in those mountain ranges and then harvesting people for chrome. LOL. Makes perfect sense if you're a shitbag and you're telling they're going to harvest you. Ooh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Good call. Yeah, man. People do that. But we really don't know. Right? But I don't. People go missing in all the parks. All over America. People go missing. If you're interested in seeing why, maybe you guys should check out, what is it, Missing 411? With David Paulides? Something like that, right? Well, type in David Paulides, Paulidas, and wow. You know, there's so much information there. And, you know, I don't know, but there's people out there who don't even like him. It's like, it doesn't matter what field you're in. People will want to cancel or hate on anything you do. It's really weird. Yeah, there's you know, the only thing about Mount Rainier, isn't this the place where James Gilliland has the ranch? The Gilliland Ranch is over there. And he says he's seeing all these UFOs. Now, at one time, I did a little dive into that guy, and, you have to pay to go on the ranch, and, they say you can't have cameras, and you can one year, and you can't this year, and they take you out there, and you stare up into the sky, and for some reason, David, what's his name? I forgot his name already. He knows when these iridium flare satellites are going to pop up, because you can always go online or on an app and check it out. But every now and then, they catch something that's just not explainable. There is activity up there. I used to think it was all bullshit, but it's not. There is something interesting going on in Mount Rainier. I don't know if I'll ever make it up there, but my goal is someday to go there and do a little sky watch. I'm going to make a 5-year plan that I bet I get there before 60. My plan is to go across the country in my RV, in the GUFON mobile. Atlantis is found. Has a poll here for you guys. Thank you for the $5 support, as always, a continuing supporter of GUFON. What would the audience like to see more of? Atlantis or aliens and predictions and paintings, or equal? I'll tell you what. Aliens has been overplayed. For me, I want to see Atlantis, but I also want to see ancient alien stuff. Now, I know I can go on Ancient Aliens, but isn't that show totally biased against aliens on everything? So it's very hard for me to watch. I haven't watched Ancient Aliens it's got to be almost a decade. I'll play clips here and there, but I don't watch it. What else can they show me that I haven't seen already? So, yeah, for me, I'm into that ancient stuff. I was just watching a video. Yeah, I'll even play it. Thank you, Atlantis is found. Yeah, what do you guys think? Atlantis? Aliens or ancient technology? That's that's AAA right there, right? Atlantis, aliens, or ancient technology. I'm into that ancient stuff. Like, it calls to me. Don't you feel like that? Sometimes when you look at the pyramids, maybe Stonehenge for you, you almost feel like you can be pulled back into the day when they were making that thing. Apparently it took them 30 years if they were putting in a block every, 2 minutes? Stupid. There's no way. No way. Thank you, Atlantis is found. Let's pull up. Anyway, that's what's going on over here. Now, they're saying, here, let me pull it back up. Mount Rainier in the Area 51 thing. So here's where we left off. Arnold, Holy Mount. On the anniversary of Kenneth Arnold's sighting, states one writer, ufologists make the trek to Rainier to commemorate the birth of saucerology. He might have replaced trek with pilgrimage since he seems to elevate the mountain to the status of an Olympus or Sinai. He lists Rainier as one of several UFO hotspots, that is, areas of concentrated Yet apart from the Arnold sighting, he lists for the Rainier area only the infamous Maury Island incident in which a dog was killed and a boy injured, by debris discharged by one of 6 UFOs. Glendale, 1999. Arnold was involved in that 1947 case as well, but as a supposed investigator, he was out of his depth and fell into the Air Force investigators to expose the case as a hoax. That doesn't mean anything. So Rainier as a saucer creator? Yeah, no, that's not what he saw. This is what Magaga said Kenneth Arnold was seeing. This. Are you out of your Vulcan mind? So stupid. Okay, so I'm here with you, right? I haven't seen one lick of anywhere in here that this is Area 51-ish. That's why I'm here. We now turn to a mysterious UFO sighting of Mount Rainier. No. Oh, is this it, maybe? Their account is related in books. Weird Washington Herald is a wave of modern UFOs reported by a couple who described a strange light in the night sky near the summit of the famous mountain. Their account is related in books like Weird Washington, Davis and Eufrasio, 2008. But as one might imagine, there is more to the story. The original account appeared in the Tacoma Daily Ledger on November 7th, 1896. Page 4, under the heading, "What was it? Wonderful apparition seen over Tacoma." It informs that on the previous Tuesday, November 24th at about 12 o'clock at night, druggist George St. John and his wife were lying abed and saw from their Tacoma Avenue window a strange light east of Mount Tacoma, now Rainier. Mr. St. John, the newspaper reports, describes it as having the appearance of a brilliant electric light and looked to be nearly the size of an arc electric light. It flashed often and each time set forth various colored rays of light, shooting out from the center in every direction, like spokes from the hub of a wheel. The couple watched the light as it moved slowly from one window to another. The account continued. It seemed to have a wavering motion and swayed back and forth in its course through the heavens like a vessel at sea in storm. Now, it is important to note that this report came amidst the great wave of airship fever that occurred in the U.S. between November 17th, 1896, and the middle of May, 1897. Well, fueled by science fiction interest in the possibility of heavier than air flight, the rash of sightings began when something resembling an electric lamp passed over Sacramento, California in the early evening of November 19th, 1896. Yeah? And What caused the Rainier light display? We considered a number of possibilities from the remote to the plausible. We were doubtful of it having been a copycat hoax. The witnesses were aware of the Sacramento event, but were considered reputable, seen in Tacoma 1896. For a variety of reasons, we doubted the possibility of a shared hypnagogic waking dream experience. Although such hallucinations between wakefulness and sleep often involve bright lights and visions, we thought of ball lightning, other unusual forms of lighting, and electrical discharges, such as St. Elmo's fire. But they are rare and seem inconsistent with the apparent weather conditions in Tacoma at the time. A scintillating twinkling star could have produced some of the effects a planet can scintillate too, but it would have taken a very long time to have moved from one window to another. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Nothing here about Area 51 in Washington. How is that possible? Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, that's part of the story I just came from. Unreal. I don't see a mention of it. Very bizarre. Let me go back 1 second. Yeah, no, I did it right. That was the continuing from the file. Washington has its very own Area 51, and it's fascinating. Wow, talk about clickbait. And that was from Newsbreak, which is, I get these articles that pop up on my phone like every hour. Some of you, too, have sent me some things, and I think that's awfully bad. That's clickbait without the bait, without the substance of saying, not even the words and numbers of Area 51 were even mentioned. Oh, wait. Keep reading to learn more about Washington's very own version of Area 51, which I did. All right. Well, what do you want from me? I didn't write it. That's the way it goes. But look at this anyway. So, you know, this was a really strange one, right? Remember that? But that just turned out to be lights, right? From the ground. The first UFO sighting took place in a pilot who sounded young, the pilot, yeah, it's these mirage things, mirage clouds. Yeah, that's weird, man. It didn't even give me, it didn't even give us anything that related to Area 51. Like, there's a secret base, there's underground this, there's aliens here, there's parts over there, where is the similarity? How could they even put that up here? That's a little, that's odd. Let me try one more. Let me click this again. Let me see. No, same thing. Yeah. All right. I did it right, guys. So apparently that part of the world is and always will be a hotspot for UFOs. It is interesting. If you follow the ley lines through the United States, you will find out that there's a hotspot in every line. That's because UFOs are reported everywhere now, so it doesn't matter. Now, if there were these lines that were going through and only sightings along those lines, wow, that would be really telling if that was the case, but it's not. It is not. I want to thank you guys for hanging out tonight. You can help support the show. How do you do it? Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. You can, all the links are in the show description. You can go on the About section on GUFON. So, if did you get that PayPal last night? I'm checking. Yeah, and I read it on the show. Yes, sir, Mr. Wilcox. Thank you. Yeah. So you gave 20 last night, 10 today. Jesus. Thank you. Yeah, I totally mentioned it. I read the message on air too when I saw it again just now. Yeah, I remember reading it. Thank you, man. Yeah, thanks, bro. $30, dude. David Wilcox, huge supporter of the show. Oh, good friend of the show. Everything. You're right there at the top. I guess so. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. You know I do. Hold on. I'm not sure. I just saw somebody throwing down a $2. Yep, here it is. In 3. So tonight is the last night I'm going to be on StreamYard. I'm trying a new thing tomorrow. It's like StreamYard. It's called Melon. And it's $40 cheaper. And it's the same platform, I think. But we're going to try it. Samo finally got accepted into the StreamYard co-host family, but I don't know if... Oh, yeah, they do have it on Melon. Why do they name it that? It's awful. Hey, Italian Pitbull with the $2 super dono. That's the first dono of the night. That's a super chat. It's a donation with no comment or sticker. It's just love. Italian Pitbull, mucho gusto generoso, a continuing supporter of GUFON. Thanks, man. Thank you very, very much, guys. Appreciate it. Hold on. Check my Cash App. Nope. All right, let's get back into the... I missed a super? Did you say? Somebody said, Samo GUFON still missed my super sticker. No, Diane. I don't think I did, but let me check real quick for you. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. Yeah, let's go to settings. It'll only take me a second, guys. I'm almost there. Here we go. All right, let's see. I like what you did there. So we have Italian Pitbull. Atlantis is found. Oh, wow. I did not see it. Hey, it didn't show up in StreamYard, Diane. Let me double check. $2. And it says no one is better than the other. Just be real. I don't know what that means, but no. There are some people that are better than others. For sure. I'm looking for your super. Wow. There's Atlantis is found. There it is. Wow, 30 minutes ago almost. Thank you very much. Yeah, sorry I missed it. See, this is where I'm going to get the help from Samo. This is what Coral Ann used to do. So, sorry. But thank you so much, Diane. I'm glad we figured that out. Hey, mucho gusto, generoso. A continuing supporter of GUFON. Good friend of the show. Thanks. All right. All right, we're caught up. Okay, guys. Thank you. Mucho gusto. Oh, my God. I almost ended the show by accident. All right, here we go. Let's get back to work. I'm going to... Now let's have a little more fun. I enjoy Egyptian stuff. And, we were talking about this yesterday, about where are the tools that they used to build the pyramids with, right? Not only that, you have to have a place to build the tools, to use the tools, to build the tools. What came first, chicken or the egg? One of those things, right? You got to have what made this object that I'm going to show you. You guys know what this is. It's the core, the Egyptian core. This thing's amazing. This thing has been throwing archaeologists for a loop for decades.
Of machining marks that exist all over these sites in Egypt. There is evidence for very sophisticated and powerful tools that is etched into these artifacts from the very earliest points in Egypt. It took our civilization up to the industrial age to even be able to put some of this stuff into context. There's a famous core, it's called Petrie's core number 7, and it's a drill core from one of these holes. It's in granite. It's been analyzed several times. There's been an argument that's been going on for literally 150 years about this core. That groove that goes around it, it's been incontrovertibly shown that that's a spiral. If you can imagine the way we do it today, that's not what we're seeing here. What we see here is a continuous spiral groove that runs down the length of the core. Analyzing that, you can determine how quickly was this drill penetrating the granite. It's about a 1 in 60 rate. So for each, say, 60 inches of horizontal travel, it's going 1 inch into the stone. That figure is 500 times greater than we can achieve today. It doesn't mean it cut quicker, but it's penetrating the granite at a rate far greater than we can achieve with our technology today.
How weird. It actually muted me. I don't know why. I watched it happen and I just kept talking. This new greenery that I just exhaled from is so good. It is really, really good. It is so good. This is exactly the type of weed that I like. Oh my God. But it is, because it's a thinking man's weed. And I feel like I can have some, good conversation on this. Oh my God. All right. That's the best kind of weed. So I really enjoy that little clip, because what it's telling us is that there's a technology that was how many times better than what we have today for drilling through granite or anything else? What do you say, 500 times better? Even if it was 10 times better. What are we doing wrong? Why can't we figure it out? What's missing? You understand? Yeah. You understand? All right. Next, I know I keep smacking my lips. Sorry. We're going to get to Bigfoot. And I'm going to start with this video. 17 minutes and 30 seconds. 4 shocking Bigfoot sightings, but this one is the only one. What did I say? 17 minutes? 17:30? Here we go. I can't play a lot of this because it's from the History Channel, so I have to fair use it. So I can only show you snippet. Get it? So check it out. They're claiming this is Figfoot. Huh? I said they claim this is Bigfoot.
In my mind would be either a human or this mythical...
Oh, right. So what they did, they did an analysis on the Bigfoot talking. Remember? Oh, let me get that. I have got to play that. Just let me do this. This is gold, Jerry, gold. Right? They think these are big feet talking.
But this was very loud and very extended.
But they found out... Oh, I'll let it play.
Biologist Dr. Floyd Hayes examines the other possibilities.
The coyote or wolf can have a long howl, but it sounds quite different than that. It sounds more like a dog howl. And I don't think there's any smaller animals like a fox that would make a call that loud.
No, but watch this.
So,
Dr. Ben Gottesman.
We see that the sound lasts for about 10 seconds. At the beginning, it's a very throaty, broadband scream, but then it ends in this long, drawn-out tonal wail.
Under further examination, Gottesman says something rings hollow about this sound.
This is an open forest, and yet there's a certain muffled quality to the sound. So I went digging, and I found the following sound effect from a show about dinosaurs.
Unbelievable.
Sound familiar? It's a match. Listen again.
How disappointed are we now?
This recording is a hoax.
Now I want to explain something to people who debunk. That is proving the hoax. That's how you do it. He didn't just stop and say, oh yeah, I've heard this before. This is a hoax. That doesn't make it a hoax yet. It may be, but you didn't prove it. And this is the problem I have with the debunkers doing what they do to third phase, because they don't prove anything. And then when you get the evidence to prove them wrong, they don't want to look at it. What kind of wild is this? I thought they wanted the truth. Oh, they wanted their truth. Got it. Same thing here. God, I love it when they do it right, because that's exactly how you're supposed to debunk somebody. Just like Mick West did when he showed how bokeh is bokeh. Buka? Bouquet. Bouquet? Phoebe Bouquet. Part-time Pete. That's 10-pound, 10-quitter right there. He said, I used to love it when we used to spit money through a tube to me and used to catch it in this, This is a super don't know mofo. Respect from the UK. You want to know why we don't do that anymore? Because YouTube took it away. Yes, because people were paying without money. They were just spitting through some paper and coin. It's not your fault. It's not even any GUFOnians. It's people that ruined it for us on the other side of the world. So I don't have that tube anymore where you could automatically blow into your phone, if you want to send a super chat, And then it would, oh, wow. And then I'd catch it. And everybody saw it. Yeah, they took that away. They take everything away from us. Thank you, pardon me, Pete. Part-time Pete. I used to say, pardon me, Pete. Pardon me, Pete. What a reject I am. He called himself a reject. Oh, I guess he hates rejects now. Wait a minute. He hates himself then? He can't say that about himself. Pretty soon, they're going to be saying, you can't call yourself names. You can't say you're stupid. I'm so stupid. Richie, you can't talk to about yourself in the third person anymore. Bad. Thank you, Part-time Pete. That's a big mucho gusto generoso super chat. So, and then, Greg O'Brien, I see you're using your blue. I can't think. I don't know. Thank you for the 3. We're all stuck inside our own brain hotel. I'll buy that for $3.33. We are, aren't we? So like a couple of weeks ago, I went through that little episode wherever I thought I was losing my mind. I still do. But then I saw an ad on TV for health insurance, and it showed what happened to a person who got paralyzed from a heart attack. And I'm like, oh shit, that shit can happen. That's right. Oh my God. I wouldn't be able to live like that, I said. So I started, when you smoke a little and you're alone and it's 2 a.m, you're like, oh man, if I die in my sleep, or no, if I have a heart attack in my sleep and I wake up like this and I can't move, what if I can't move? Oh my God, what a nightmare. What if you can't speak? I'd have to do Morse code. How do you learn Morse code? Oh my God. All these thoughts were going through. I'm scared for the future because that's what's going to happen to me. You'll see. Anyway, we are all stuck in our head. Great positive vibes coming from Greg O'Brien. What a better place to be than your own head. Thanks, Greg. Wait, what? No, Coral Ann passed away. Yeah. Sad, man. Yeah. She did. So, maybe we should try to reach out. Should we try? I don't, let's do that tomorrow. Let's do that tomorrow. Maybe try to reach Coral Ann, respectively. But I want to make sure my equipment is working. So I want to get, an EVP recorder. I just want to make sure all the batteries are working. EVP, Mel meter, and Ghost Box, and Magic 8 Ball. No Ouija board. It doesn't work. So somebody wanted me to use the Magic 8 Ball and ask a question. And I can't remember what the question was. I have to do this, though. If I don't do it, he'll be mad. And we wouldn't like that. So let me see who it is. Here it is. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, right? Oh, right. Yeah. All right, let's see. Magic 8 Ball. Is this what I have to do? Is this the one? No. Somebody told me I need to do this today. And they wanted me to ask it something. So I'm going through, looking at everybody I spoke with, and it's not here. I don't know where I saw that. Yeah, it may have been an email. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was. I think I know who it is. Here we go. So no. That's not them. Diane Boss, you sent that article to me. That's right, on Newsbreak. I get those on Newsbreak too. Good, yeah, it was you. That's right. Diane sent me that. By the way, if anybody has any articles like the one Diane sent me, send it to me. Anything. I'll talk about anything that's interesting about ufology, ancient technology. All right, here we go. I want to play this. This is we're going to go right into Bigfoot now. There was a pastor who saw a Bigfoot. Now, I was looking for this guy to get the full interview. And the only video that kept showing up was the short that I'm about to play you, which is annoying because I want to hear this guy's whole story. I think I've heard it before. It's from the 70s, 75, and it says pastor, like a pastor, shares his story of a Bigfoot sighting in 75. So I typed in pastor, I couldn't find it. If anybody, Bernie Muro with the $2 super dono, it's the second dono of the night, throwing down the love. Mucho gusto, generoso, a continuing supporter of GUFON. Bernie Muro, throwing it down. Like the Wolfman used to say, Jack. A lot of people don't know Wolfman Jack. Hey, oh. Anytime I do that voice. That is Wolfman Jack. It tickles, it's like that little ball sack. It's like a and it tickles the edges. Thank you, Bernie. Big mucho gusto generoso. Here we go, so. Thanks, Bern.
And we didn't know what to do, and he said, blow the horn. I blow the horn at this creature, and he looks at us like this. He turns his head and just looks at us. And I said, man, he ain't moving. And I don't believe this creature was there to harm nobody. We just caught him at the time he was crossing the road. And he was there, and when finally I blowed the horn again, he turned around, facing the other side of the road, and he leaped from in front of our truck, this truck,
he leapt
over on the berm of the other side of the road. One leap. And when he landed on his 2 feet, facing the truck. He looked at us. We backed up. I had the backup lights on so we could see him. And he just stood there with his hands up. I call them hands because he was on 2 feet and he had his arms up like this. And we didn't know what to do. And he
I believe him. It's a good story. Imagine that. I like the way he said, and he put his hands up. Well, I called them hands. Didn't really see his hands, but I figured he had 2 feet. Wasn't that weird how he said that, though? Yeah, I thought it was a little weird, but to be honest, I don't think the guy's being truthful at all. I think he's lying. Can I show you why? Just a little bit? All right, let's take a look. Already, what kind of face is this? You know what I mean?
He said, blow the horn. I blow the horn at this creature, and he...
I blow the horn at this creature. Anytime they try to tell you what they're talking about, when you already know what they're talking about, they're embellishing it a little more. But you won't notice that because that's natural. People like to make things bigger and better than what they were. What he just said was silly. We know you're talking about Bigfoot. You don't have to say the creature. Just letting you know.
He looks at us like this. He turns his head and just looks at us. And I said, man, he ain't moving. And I don't believe this creature was...
Turned his head and looked at us. And he ain't moving. Sounds like he moved. Turned his head, he looked at you. You see where I have a problem? You know what I mean? This guy's trying his best to remember how to tell the story so it's perfect every time. And it's just odd. The word placement. Yeah, I know people might be able... I don't know this guy from Adam. I don't know I have a baseline to work on. I'm just going by nobody's seen Bigfoot. And if you go with that attitude, everybody's a liar. No. Actually, to be honest with you, his voice sounds legit, but his actions aren't. You know what I mean? And some word placement. It's just odd to me.
There to harm nobody. We just caught him at the time he was crossing the road. And he was there, and when finally I blowed the horn again, he turned around, facing the other side of the road, and he leaped from in front of our truck, this truck, over on the berm of the other side of the road. One leap. And when he landed on his 2 feet, facing the...
And then, it sounds good. Yeah, maybe he did see something. I just, that's what it is. I just realized it. I'm getting rusty. He's not sure what he saw. That's what I'm catching. He's not really sure, but he's sticking with the Bigfoot because he saw something that reminded him of this Bigfoot. But deep down, he doesn't believe Bigfoot exists, or maybe he used to believe that. So maybe the guy's, conflicting with himself, and that's what we're seeing. I'm seeing that. He's conflicted. He's telling us what he thinks he saw. But the reason it's awkward and the word placement's weird because he really isn't sure. But he's all in. It's an interesting, a very difficult. No, I don't know if he's lying. And body language isn't a perfect science, or facial micro expressions and all that stuff. But I do believe he saw something. I believe he's telling the truth, but he's not sure. So he's telling us a story in good faith when he knows it's not really good faith. You know what I mean? It is, but it isn't. Now, if he came out and immediately and said, I really don't know what I saw. It could have been big, could have been a bear, but I know what I saw. Yeah, I guess he did do that, didn't he? Yeah. He saw it. He saw it. He didn't see a bear. Unless his adrenaline forced him to hallucinate. I hate that. They were so adrenalized that they hallucinated. They hallucinated it. You mean to tell me that people can hallucinate based on their adrenaline? Yeah. Their adrenaline? Yeah. I've had my adrenaline go off the charts many a night. I've never hallucinated. That I know of. Here we go.
Bridgeport, Connecticut, 1953. Albert K. Bender, the nation's top UFO investigator, receives a threatening visit that will bring his research to an abrupt and premature halt.
Hey.
He suddenly ended the International Flying Saucer Bureau, and people wondered why. And what happened was that he came home one night, went into his bedroom, and suddenly these three dark, shadowy figures materialized through his wall into his bedroom. They were wearing the hats and the overcoats.
The visitors Albert Bender encountered matched descriptions of what is today known as the Hat Man, but he called them by another name, the Men in Black. While the Men in Black are often portrayed in pop culture as government agents, many who claim to have encountered them believe they are something other than human.
Interesting, right? You know, if I didn't have my own experiences, I would say a lot of this stuff is so stupid. But I can't. I can't anymore. And that's part of I guess, the research and learning and just staying in the field and keeping your eyes and ears open. You know, it's not like I was, it's really strange. Some of the best stuff that I have on video, I wasn't even, it's almost as if I wasn't in the mood, or, you know, it's really weird how that happens. It just, when you least expect it, that's when stuff happens. And well, you can't deny everybody's story, right? You just can't. And there are people on this planet that if you knew them, you would know they wouldn't lie about something like this, right? You would know that that person, their whole life was negative. Like, I use my father, for instance, biggest skeptic on the planet. He doesn't believe in anything, although he has changed his mind on some things, that because I've showed him and had him read some things. He has opened up. But if I got him 20 years ago, nothing could have changed his mind. Nothing. Nope. Unless he had an experience. Shit, I forgot what I was going to say about that, why I brought him into it. Yeah, because he's a really non-believer. He's just a non-believer, and I don't know why I was going that way. Something else. But things happen, and I used to be, you know, a believer, and I'm a believer, but I'm a skeptical believer. I'm not 100% skeptic. I believe there is something. There's just too many people, too many of you out there, and a lot of questionable evidence. Nonetheless, evidence is evidence, but not everything is a hoax, a lie, a scam, man-made. You know, I always think, like, why can't they just go forward with this and just Because they don't know. They don't know. That's got to be the answer. We think that our government has a lot of answers. I believe they have a lot of evidence. Possibly something, maybe they found in an archaeological dig, as Bob Lazar referred to once. I just don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody. But if that's the case, they can't tell us that they have this technology. 2 reasons. It's dangerous and money. Imagine having this technology in your hands where you can go from point A to point B in a blink and then, put a bomb on it. You don't want that. So that's one thing. Like if the technology gets out to for public use, somebody may disassemble or take apart that thing and back engineer it into something dangerous. That's how powerful this stuff might be. Right? There's got to be a way it can be given to the public without people trying to steal it and use it for nefarious reasons. That's number one. And that's all about, and it has to do with money, because everything that is made was made by something that was run by coal, fossil fuels, whatever you want to call it. You can't get rid of that stuff because you need it to build the other stuff. Right? And the problem is that's what runs the world. Gas and oil, right? Pretty much. You eliminate that and you have like a 20-year transfer of energy. You could probably do it in 10 years. But if there's a way that they could have this energy and make it into a power plant, like Greer was saying, each one of us at our homes will have a little power plant that would be free energy machine. And it would be like on the side of our house or maybe on the roof, kind of like the air conditioner, maybe around the same size, who knows. The thing is, our government doesn't, we cannot say our government doesn't want to switch over because they'll lose money. They won't. And I'll tell you why. What they can do, if you're using their free energy, they go by how much wattage you've used in energy the previous 12 months, take that average, and then they just charge you for the time that you're using certain energy. If you're just having the house running, air conditioning, heater, refrigerator, internet, TVs, and maybe a clock. So you have 5 or 6, maybe 10 things that are always plugged in and need the internet. So that's one version of your bill. And that would be like a 24-hour daily thing. And then if you change the thermostat and you make it colder, there's a little chart for what you used when you were having the temperature at that. And then they can figure it out. And they just charge you for the time that the air conditioning turned on. 10 minutes? Okay, we'll charge you $1 for those 10 minutes. Right? Something like that. During peak hours, we charge you $2. They won't have to lose a dime. Sure, at first it'll be weird, but that's why I'd give it a decade or even 20 years to transfer everything over. Somebody has to figure out the mathematical equations to use free energy and not have the government being scared to use it in place of coal. I've never heard anybody talk about charging for time use. Not one person, just me. On how you could bring free energy into the world and not everybody go bankrupt at once. Gas and oil will still be used for a little bit during the transition. I don't know. And then you have to think of option number 3, which is they don't have anything like that. That's why they can't give us free energy. Yeah, I don't know if I buy that. Also, if you look at the last 20 years, not much has happened. Things have gotten smaller and quicker and more memory and more speed, but that's finite. There's only so small, you know. The next thing is quantum computing. But I haven't seen anything that looks alien. Or other than our phones. You have to admit, the phone is amazing, the smartphones. Touch a screen. You can use any part of your body. I know, I've tried it. It's amazing. I know every guy has. Tell me you didn't. I know you have. I want you to watch this Bigfoot sighting here. This is from a news channel in Mississippi, WGN. That sounds like Chicago, but it's WGN News in Mississippi. And I'm going to go to the end of this here because this is where they talk about it a lot and show the Bigfoot. It's amazing, really. I remember this video. I think this is a couple of years old. Yeah, I don't remember. It's a few years old, maybe 3 to 5, maybe a year. I don't know. But it's very interesting. So take a look.
Back to the camera, and it seems to be pulling wood from a cypress tree.
All right.
You see it?
Yeah, there he is. This is pretty good video. Look at him there.
It's a gorilla.
No,
in Mississippi?
It's a gorilla. It looks like a gorilla.
Maybe he ran away from the zoo.
Yeah.
That lady's funny in the news.
Out there, the running gorillas.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't we get a little closer?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It is pretty conclusive evidence.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Look at that.
And they do love their.
Too bad he didn't turn around, though.
It could also
Right? I wish he turned around just once.
his fellow Bigfoot hunter in a.
But that is an animal. Whatever that is, it's there.
That the camera's rolling and this guy's standing there. Bigfoot never turns around.
I just said that.
Did you run out of digital space in your camera?
He said there's a little slide pops up here. He accidentally stops recording because he was scared.
Oh,
well, yeah, Bigfoot turns around and he runs.
Yeah.
Hey,
You're gonna see this. I think this slide comes up maybe if they recued it again.
Look at. Wow, this is amazing.
It's really not.
You're such a doubter.
I think
You're such a cynic.
Yeah,
it is far more likely than this is an escaped gorilla from the zoo. Robin's
you.
than
how do you guys believe
Bigfoot.
anything?
Yeah, gorillas escape all the time. He's right, Paul.
Because, well, how could there be one Bigfoot? There'd have to be like dozens of them. Because we've been talking about it for 100 years.
You don't know how they hunt. You don't know how they forage. They might just send the alpha
The
gorilla
one guy.
out there.
You thought about this, apparently.
In charge of PR.
Yeah, where are they all hiding? I mean, they're just.
In Washington State, that's where most of them are spotted.
Why, if they live in Mississippi, would they have all this hair all over them?
He's on vacation. Maybe he's from the Pacific Northwest.
What do you think? One can just walk into a Jewel Osco and buy a Gillette razor?
There's hairy guys in the gym all the time. Look at this. This is amazing.
My God, they are so funny, actually, though.
More confirmation. There you are.
I like her. She's the best.
I want to apologize.
We're just putting it out there. We're not saying it is anything.
No, we're saying it is.
I am saying it is.
Yeah.
And you're a moron if you don't think it is. That's what I'm saying.
Wow. A guy on mainstream media news talked like me. I guess I'm not that bad after all.
I just feel like we would. Well, what do I know?
What are you afraid of?
We're supposed to find out what it is and then pass it on, not just say, I don't know what this is. Let the viewers figure it out.
That's
we do that every day.
Paul and I are saying we know exactly what it is.
We do that from 4 to 9 every day.
It's the 9 at 9.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah. She was funny earlier in the clip, actually. That's a good clip. I'll actually post that in the show description because there's more banter, but the Bigfoot sighting is interesting in a way, but to me it just looks like a gorilla. It looks like there's an actual monster out there. There's something there. That's for dang sure. I'll cut that out. It stands up. Watch, it's gonna here in a sec. Go ahead. Now it's down again. It's crouching. It looks like a gorilla right there. I gotta tell you, that is so freaking weird. It doesn't look like a suit. Does it? I don't know. It looks like it might have a conical shaped head. It's hard to tell. Did it? I turned my head. Did it just stand? There we go. Whoa! That thing was tall. I didn't expect it to be that tall. Watch. Pretty tall. Man, that's not short. That looks tall to me. I don't know, man. It was ripping the trunk apart to find something to eat. And it was, you could hear, like it was really pulling. I don't know, man. Do I think Bigfoot is real? Wouldn't it have to be? Wouldn't it? With all of the sightings. It would have to be real. Because not everybody goes into, what do they call that? Adrenaline shock and start hallucinating. It just doesn't happen. And every time there's a Bigfoot sighting that's pretty legit sounding and looking with the video, there's some faux expert out there saying, hey, you know, the human brain, it makes us deal with stress a little differently than other animals. Like, you know, for instance, if a bear was attacking you, you might all of a sudden think it was a Bigfoot for some reason. I don't know, but you know, it happens. The teeth, the claws, the eyes, I don't know. Bullshit. And I've said this before. I've been in the car with my dog, driving, almost got in an accident, spinning through the intersection. I look over at him, still a dog. My adrenaline was going, but he didn't turn into like a chupacabra. You know, as my adrenaline's going, oh, we're going to die. You know, I looked at him and he's looking at me and we're just like, we'll make it. Spun around, we made it. It's a weird thing to say about people, you know. It's really weird. They hallucinated it. A lady was in her kitchen. A Bigfoot goes to the kitchen window. Not a bear. She sees the Bigfoot, analyzed it, looked at it for a few seconds, and then it looked at her, and then she freaked out. She didn't know, then she started thinking. She wasn't scared. She wasn't having an adrenaline anxiety attack at the moment. She was doing dishes. She looked up. She's like, is that Harry? Or, holy shit, that looks like a man in a suit? That's freaking Bigfoot. Bigfoot! You know, that's how it happens. Who's this person right over here? SoCal Squatcher. $2. Read The Hoopa Project by David Paulides. Hoopa. Let me write that down. Ow. Hoopa Project. That sounds familiar. By Paulides. Paulides. Got it. Got it. I will. Thank you very much for the $2 recommendation. And, oh, Shell Shock sent $20 on PayPal. Thank you, Shell. Oh, I'm so glad you well, that's not why, but I'm glad you showed up tonight. I was worried. You've been missing for a while. I'm glad you're cool. Thank you very much. You didn't have to do that, but thank you, guys. SoCal, very much so. Appreciate that. And mucho gusto, generoso, SoCal Squatcher. And Shell Shock, beautiful. You're are women are called saints, right? They can be saints too. Right? Isn't that sisters? No. What do you call and I know nuns, sisters, but isn't there like a Saint Agatha or Saint Mary? Right? I wonder why they're not called saintesses, like I don't know. Thank you, Shell Shock. I'm just going off on a tangent. A big mucho gusto generoso, for sure so. And good to see you. Happy New Year. 3 weeks into the year and 2 days. It's still Happy New Year all through January. I'm going to ask the Magic 8 Ball something before we get out of here. And I'm going to ask it if there's going to be a mass UFO sighting this year. The Magic 8 Ball of Rich Giordano. Will there be a mass sighting of aliens or a mass sighting of UFOs in the skies that everybody will learn about? Will the UFOs show themselves to us this year? It says, come on, it's a little sticky. It's my fault, I didn't read it. It says, as I see it, yes. See? As I see it. It's hard to tell, but trust me, that's what it says. Magic 8 Ball's never wrong. Ever. Well, thank you for coming out tonight, everybody. Tomorrow, we're going to do that really interesting show about missing planes, but also missing people. I'm going to look into that Paulides thing that was just sent to me. Thank you very much for that, by the way. And we'll do disappearing acts tomorrow. But tonight, thank you for everything. I mean, the support, getting to 10,000 and really being there when things were tough. You guys were there, and I appreciate that. And tomorrow will be a little different. We might not be on StreamYard, so we'll see. Anyway, thank you very much, everybody. Newcomers and veterans, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Couldn't do it without you. And what did we do? We are all you. Truthology for ufology, Aguja. That's right. All right. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Don't forget to see Alien Girl in the morning at 7 a.m. right here on the tube. And Nathan has a show, the Quantum Show, 10 o'clock at night on Thursday, right? Something like that. I don't know. Check it out. Maybe it's on tonight. Third Phase of Moon. Don't forget to check out their stuff that's coming out. And Michigan UFO sightings and paranormal encounters, Wayne's channel. And a few others out there. 1028 Productions, Dark Hour Paranormal, Apollo's Odyssey, Apollo Asteria. Panel members for third phase. All right, we good? All right. Or not. Ufology. No. No.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul. What?
Warning. Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying objects